Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us as we kick off the Etherlink Hackathon 2025 Summer of Code. I'm super excited to get started. Today, we are here to briefly go through everything you need to know about the Etherlink Hackathon, and then we're going to go into an introduction to Etherlink workshop run by Beata. So welcome, everyone. I hope you're all having a good day. Let's get started. I'm going to quickly go through these slides and then we'll jump right in. So welcome everyone. As you know, we're here to kick off the Summer of Code, and I hope that you're going to make Summer 2025 the season that changes your life. So this is going to be an amazing opportunity. Welcome to those who do not know us. We are Encode Club. We're a developer education community, and we help developers learn, build, and forge your careers in emerging tech. We do this through lots of different programs, including Educate series, accelerators, boot camps, and of course, hackathons like the one we're here to start today. So, as I say, the Summer of Code is the opportunity for you to let Summer 2025 change your life. So it's not just another online hackathon. This is actually cool to turn your downtime into building time and the opportunity to win real prizes. And the prizes are amazing, guys. And I hope you're super excited to hear a bit more about them. And you've hopefully done your research as well. But we will talk a bit more about that in a bit. For now, I would like to invite Omji Park, who is the Head of Research and Operations at Encode Club, onto the stage to welcome you all and kick us off with some great advice getting into the competition.
So everyone, hello, I'm Omji, Head of Research and Operations at Encode Club. Perhaps some of you have seen me in Cannes, like walking around, and perhaps at Tezos Day on the stage introducing the hackathon with Beata. And also some of you perhaps have seen us through boot camps or different hackathons. So I'm very excited to see that you came to this hackathon and gonna make another amazing thing with us. First thing first, for those who are first time to the hackathon, first, like a common mistake everyone does is get very nervous about submitting a perfect project and then give up along the way. And that's something I did a lot early stage when I was building something. And I want to encourage everyone that even though you feel like all the features you wanted to build are not done yet, try to, talk to them, to learn from them, utilize all those resources, especially, can you imagine that like those working engineers who you might have very hard time to schedule any 1 hour call to learn something from them. But in the hackathon, they are there to help you. So please utilize them and then submit something, because in the end, all those like mental cycle of building something, give up some feature you cannot deliver on time, focus on the important thing, and submit is the most important experience of the hackathon. Without going like too much in detail, you can see that a lot of different resources can be ready for you with the workshops from amazing mentors. You can build either like DeFi, Gay, also like a vibe coding, as these days it's been a lot of people, working on building app using amazing AI tools. So we want to also see that how you embrace that and then making even like much like ready to produce type of like app going to be coming out. So overall, everyone, congratulations that you get a chance of like summer coding. We are very excited to welcome you, and let us know if there's anything we can help further. Otherwise, see you later.
Thank you very much, Omji, for your words of advice. And absolutely, everyone, you have 4 weeks in this hackathon, and you might not have built your fully formed final product by that point, but that doesn't mean that you don't submit, as you've obviously built out some features by that point, and it doesn't need to be the perfect final go-to-market product for it to be an amazing hackathon project in the time period that you have during the hackathon. So definitely keep that in mind, and I'm excited to see what you guys all start to build out during the hackathon, and keeping up with you as you make progress, and hopefully continue building outside of the hackathon after submission period as well. So amazing advice from Omji there. I hope you're all inspired. Next up, I wanted to very quickly thank the supporting partners of the Etherlink Hackathon. So these guys have been amazing. They're offering you guys tools and credits to build with some of their tools during the hackathon, which will massively help you guys start from the ground up in building out whatever idea that you're coming up with. So massive thank you to Gold Sky, Third Web, Redstone, and Sequence. If you don't know what these guys do, don't worry, because a couple of them are going to be running workshops next week where they'll introduce you to their toolkits. So that should give you everything that you need to know in order to get started with their tools. And information on how to get access to their tools is all in the Hacker Pack, which I will talk about very shortly. If you haven't already seen it, but hopefully you have, and the information is being updated in there, so you should be able to get access almost as soon as this call is done, and you can get started building. Another group of people that I really am excited to thank are the amazing mentors that we're going to have throughout this hackathon. And this group of people are dedicating time to supporting you on your journey in the summer of code. So we have a big bunch of people from the Etherlink team. I'm going to very briefly introduce them, but there is also information about all of them and their backgrounds in the Hacker Pack. And so finding out the right person to get in touch with is all the information is available for you there. But in order here, we have Efe, who is the head of gaming at Trilly Tech, so on the Etherlink team. We have Sophia, who's a gaming partner manager, Tao, who works in blockchain infra, Vincian, who's the art partner manager, Beato, who we're going to meet very soon, who you might have seen in chat, who is the DevRel lead, Aaron, who's a growth manager, Alexandra is the head of arts, and Adebola is a DevRel engineer, all on the Etherlink team. So this is a big group of people who are really excited to see you building with Etherlink Tech and are here to support you on that journey. We also have some mentors from some of our partners who are going to be running workshops next week. So we have James, who's the head of DevRel at Sequence, Giselle, who's a success engineer at Third Web, and Nicolaj, who is a marketing lead at Redstone. So we've got mentors and speakers here who are covering all possible areas you could think to get involved in within the hackathon. So there is always going to be someone for you to ask your questions about, no matter what they are, and there should always be someone here to support you. So having met our mentors, I will now move on to talk very briefly about the challenges in the hackathon. And this is the exciting part, because the Summer of Code is not constraining you to one particular track. Apologies there for the prize amounts. The formatting is messed up a bit there, but the prizes are in pounds, so Great British pounds, as in Britain. So the prizes are £6,000 prize pool for each track, split into £3,000, £2,000 and £1,000 prize pools. So the challenge statements are: we have a track for DeFi applications, so that is the best DeFi application built on Etherlink. We have a gaming track, so best game or on-chain experience, interactive experience, where the judges want you to create a game or some kind of gamified DApp that's living on Etherlink. An example of this could be like a PvP game or an NFT-powered world, and we're really excited to see what kind of things you brainstorm around this idea, especially utilize the mentors in Discord later to work out what the best idea to go down in the best game route is, because there's going to be some amazing mentors available to support you there. We also have the collab culture track, which is inviting you to build tools for collaboration. So on that track, think about trading cards, quests, creative economy ideas, anything that encourages collaboration on Etherlink. And then an exciting track, which is very with the times, is the Vibe Code Challenge. So this invites you to code with AI, making use of Etherlink, and to build something wild. So this is a track that is basically open to anyone, no matter what coding experience you have. Although vibe coding, as you will all know, if you are an experienced developer, is easier if you have the background, but it is there's a much lower barrier to entry for those who don't have the background yet and are wanting to learn. Vibe coding is definitely a track to get started with. So these challenges are very, very broad. If you want to brainstorm ideas, get some feedback, then the best place to do that is on the Discord, which I will talk about in a second, and I will share a link with you about. But these aren't the only prizes that we have available, because we also have the special awards section. This is for the projects that go above and beyond. So again, apologies for the unit there, it's in pounds. So we have a £4,000 prize pool for the best overall project. So this is the project that excels across all judging criteria. This is, of course, on top of the track awards. So you can go away with even more money by winning the best overall project, which is super exciting. We have a community choice award, which is rewarding the team who gets the community on board. So you, as one of the people participating in the competition, are part of this judging body. So make sure that you're discussing your idea with others, getting people on board. You need their vote to win the community choice award. So this is an amazing opportunity to make some friends and potentially win a big prize. And then, of course, we have the Judges' Choice Award, which is not constrained, and this will be dependent on the number of amazing projects that we get, but this is for the projects that stand out from the crowd to give them special recognition from the judges. So they're the special awards associated with the Summer of Code. There are massive prizes available here, guys. So we're super excited to see you change your lives in summer of 2025 and maybe win some great prizes. So next up, let me talk you through what is going to happen to get us started on the hackathon. I can see that the chat is kind of popping off. I can't currently see the chat as I'm in the slide deck, but I will come back and answer all of your questions at the end of my slides. So if you have any, just leave them in the chat and I will get back to them. So today we're going to have an intro to the Etherlink Hackathon and of course to Etherlink with Beata, who I'll be inviting up very shortly. On Monday, we're going to have a workshop from the Third Web team who are going to teach us how to launch on-chain apps with Third Web. So if you want to do some research about the partners and their tools beforehand, then you're welcome to do that. But the workshop should give you everything you need to know to get started. On Tuesday, we have a workshop with the Sequence team on how to use their toolkit. And on Wednesday, we have a workshop with the Redstone team on using their Oracle tools. So a really nice lineup of workshops that we have in the Summer of Code to get you started building. Of course, we have 4 weeks until the hackathon deadline. So this is only getting started, and then it's up to you to keep going, building, motivating yourself, as we'll keep up with you along the way, of course, but it's completely scheduled on your own schedule. So that is the scheduled stuff we have. To get started, there are a couple of things that you need to do. So the first thing is to join the Encode Discord if you are not in it already. I will send you the link to join that now. On the Encode Discord, when you join, you should assign yourself the Etherlink Hackathon Summer of Code role, which will give you access to the dedicated hackathon channel where all the mentors and all the information that you could possibly need will be available to you, as well as, of course, discussions with the other participants and the ability to ask any questions to the Encode team as well. So please do join the Discord. I think we have a GM channel, so it'd be great to see some GMs in that channel first, but then come and hang out in the Etherlink channel where all of the information about the hackathon will be, and you can contact the mentors. The next thing to do, if you haven't already, is to make sure that you've read through the Hacker Pack. The Hacker Pack contains all the information that I've shared today and more. So everything that you need to know should be in the Hacker Pack, including information about the bounties, the workshops, how to join the workshops, the partners and their toolkits, the judging criteria for the challenges, the mentor information, submission information. Everything you could need to know should be in there. And if it isn't in there, then there's contact details to get in contact with me so you can find out anything else that you could possibly need. So make sure that you have access to the Hacker Pack. To get into that, you're going to need the unique code that you were sent when you registered for the Summer of Code. So when you first registered, you would have gotten an email which said your team code is this number, and I think it would have started with an E. So that short code that's about 11 digits, I think, is what you'll need to access this hacker pack to make sure that you've got your kind of personal page. This is important for your submissions towards the end of the hackathon, but for now, it also gives you access to all the information that you could need. So please make sure you're using those links. The hacker pack is definitely one that I recommend bookmarking and coming back to. If you have any questions, please let us know. I will put these links back in chat at the end of the session as well. If you need any other links, please let me know in chat. In fact, let me come back to the chat now and see if there's anything. If you can't access the hacker pack because your code isn't working, please shoot me an email or message me on Discord. My Discord is my full name. And I will try and help you out. Please send the code that you have so I can just check that everything is all right. We've got lots of GMs. Let me read the chat. The workshops will all be recorded and the recordings will be shared in the hacker pack. So that is why it's the best place to look all the time. I think there are no other questions. So much going on, lots of gifts, amazing. Okay, so that's the getting started information. Now what I want to do is I want to go into the introduction to Etherlink. So to do that, I'm going to invite Beata up onto the stage. She is the DevRel lead at Trilitech, she is on the Etherlink team. So let me find her in the crowd here. I saw her in chat actually. That's amazing. And Onji's promoting my Twitter, so feel free to follow me on there. I can't promise I post much, but it'll be nice to see you, especially if you're planning on live tweeting about your building process, building in public. We'd absolutely love to see it, and we'll definitely engage with that. So I highly recommend that as well, because it's great to, especially for community engagement, if you're trying to win that community prize, then having some tweets out to share with everyone is a great place to start. Welcome, Beata. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're excited to kick off the Summer of Code.
Actually, I'm extremely excited, and I cannot kind of hold my emotions here because we've been waiting for this moment to happen for months, and it's actually happening. And I'm very, very proud of this, and I can't wait to see what you will all build. And now I want to talk about mainly about the technicals. But before I jump in, I'll jump into it. I want to highlight the fact that working with mentors like Rebecca mentioned in the previous slides, and having Encode, Omjen, you, Rebecca, and everybody who's participating into this great event is such a privilege for me to be close to you and to have a little bit of a good time together during this summertime. And the idea behind the Etherlink summer code is like summer of love, because by building and giving a little bit of love to the world, and we can give back a little bit. So I think it's going to be a great time together. But to make things work, you definitely need to know a little bit of technicalities. So let me share my screen, and yeah, sorry, it's gonna be for a moment like this, but it's all good. So I think let's start with just the basics. And the basics are the fact that we're here all about Tezos, and Tezos is L1 that historically was not EVM compatible. So we had our own ways of doing things on chain, but also a very good security first, security first design, the great governance model. That actually I need to update the slide because we have way more than 15 successful protocol updates, and we have 18 now, and we're not stopping there. So the on-chain governance model is really impressive, and All the network participants can upvote the proposal, and pretty much my life is all from proposal to proposal, and we all participate in success of Tezos as a layer one blockchain. But also it's definitely more than that, because the innovation, I think that's the highest priority for all of us working for Trilitech and in other Tezos instances across the globe. So I think if we know more about Tezos, it's going to be way easier to understand Etherlink, because Etherlink is the EVM-compatible smart rollup on Tezos. So I think probably thinking, all right, well, why another L2? So I think the most important part here is to have that EVM compatibility for all our builders, for all our community, so you can get more from the Tezos world and the EVM world. So I think Etherlink exists to solve quite a few problems up there, but also to introduce new tooling, new, let's say, the developer experience tool to our community, and vice versa. So yes, I think in a nutshell, it's very quick overview that it's EVM compatible layer 2 on Tezos Smart Rollup, fully non-custodial and permissionless. That's very, very important. And the thing that I also mentioned, that you can use simply Ethereum tools, including Hardhat, for the wallets. You can use MetaMask and everything around EVM compatible chains. And what is also very, very important, that Etherlink is leveraging Tezos for finality, fraud proof, and very, very restrict the decentralization, because we're all about decentralization, and having people running the nodes all across the globe, everything permissionless. The governance process shows that the philosophy behind Tezos is now introduced to everything EVM compatible. So how to get started? And probably you're thinking now, okay, so this is the hackathon. I can build anything I want. I want to play around things. So the very first step is always the testnet, which is technically the ghostnet in our case. So everything that you can find here, this presentation will be also shared in the hacker pack. But all you need to know about Etherlink is that our token is the same native token as Tezos. So it's the shortcut is XTZ, but we call it Tez. And please don't put anything on mainnet quite yet. It's a hackathon. You don't have to use your real assets. Everything that is related to building, you can deal with it using our testnet. And if, for example, you face any issues, please check the status of Etherlink chain. Maybe if there's a downtime and you don't know, or if there is downtime, everything will be stated in the status page. It happens, but very rarely, but still worth checking it out. So the mainnet, everything that is on this slide, also, it's like I said, everything is in our documentation that is quite good, and I think someone in the chat already mentioned that the documentation is quite impressive, and it's part of my team efforts to deliver you the best experience on documentation. But if there is something missing, or you could improve anything, we're very open to feedback. And this is the community input to Etherlink development. So yes, hint, it's a very important thing for you to provide us a feedback as well. So yes, we have a pretty standard Explorer, and all the snapshots are also available. So what is the most important part for me, if I would begin right now, I would just first of all get some test, for example, because I'm coming from the Tezos native, let's say, economy. So I would use the Tezos faucet and then bridge some Tez into Etherlink. So here are the links to it. But you also can bridge any other asset from different chains, EVM compatible. So it's not only Tezos bridge, so from Tezos to Etherlink, but any other EVM compatible chain can be also used. What's next? Yeah, here I'm kind of explaining how it works because it's very specific for that sort of setup what we have here. So we can use any the Tezos native wallets. So for example, Temple, Kukai, Umami, all of them you can then bridge your native Tez to the Etherlink using the bridging contract. But you also, like I mentioned, use any EVM wallet like Rabby, like MetaMask, etc., etc. So yeah, and remember you can use testnet. Don't use the mainnet. Or if you want to, feel free to, but it's not necessarily a good choice in this case. So, like I mentioned, bridging tokens between Etherlink and EVM, other EVM networks is possible, and yeah, we support Ethereum, Avalanche, Arbitrum, Optimism Base, etc., etc. So if you're not sure about anything, feel free to post any sort of questions in the Discord or double check the documentation. Everything is there. So I think about the Etherlink, probably you're thinking, all right, so what's so special about it? I think we want to be fast, fair, and really free because it's fairly cheap to send any sort of transaction and like very, very low operational cost, but still please use the testnet. And I think from the technical point of view, there's not much difference between us and other chains. But from the human side, this is actually where we do shine. Why I picked people from the company that I'm working for to be the mentors, because they're simply great. They're full of great ideas. They're full of passion and energy, and I think this is the right company that you can build something really amazing. And technology is one thing, but people that you work with and that you work for is the main pillar of the development. And you need to create things with people in mind, not only technology. I'm mainly talking about technology right now, but I think it's even important to think about people because we do think about people. We think about our users, etc., etc. So there's I mentioned the upgrades on Tezos, and the same culture, the same principles apply to Etherlink. And with Tezos, we name our upgrades with names of places in the world, like cities. But with Etherlink, we call every single upgrade a mythological creature, and the last one was Dionysus. Myself, as a big Hades game fan, it was a big thing that was called Dionysus. So I hope we're going to stick to Greek mythology. But culture aside, what is like happening on Etherlink recently? So the EVM alignment is very important for us. So we stay aligned with the latest EVM upgrades too. Fast withdrawals. So previously you need to wait 14 days to get your Tez back to your Tez wallet, but now it's pretty much instant. and there are like bunch of fixes, DAL integration with data availability layer that is also a big part of operational part on Etherlink that we've been working on for many months, and now it's there. Also, the governance contract upgrades. So as you can see, it's evolving pretty much the same way as Tezos, and pretty much all the principles, all the values that we share in the Tezos community, it all applies to Etherlink. What else? The tech stack that I already mentioned pretty much. And remember that you can use any dev tooling that is applicable for EVM, so Hard Hat Foundry, Remix, all the RPC Ethereum standards are also applicable here. Please use your favorite EVM wallet if you want to interact with Etherlink. I mentioned our Tezos native wallets, but there's no need to go that path. If you have already your setup with EVM compatible tools, stick to them. It's also a possibility. So probably you're thinking, okay, it's a cool hackathon, and I'm gonna have some fun for 4 weeks, and maybe I can win something. But yes, I mentioned very amazing people that will help you to go through this building process. But also there are already projects on Etherlink, and I think one of the coolest ones are mentioned here. So first of all, Apple Farm is our incentive program for Etherlink users. The season 1 is ending, and we had like great outcomes. What is very nice about it, so all the protocols that are on Etherlink currently, they were part of the tasks, the bounties that you can have during the Apple Farm season 1. So if you are successful in this hackathon and you're gonna build something really impressive that will have a proper use case, we can literally set up you on next season for Apple Farm, and we can incentivize people to use your product, which is amazing. Next thing is the uranium. So it's a tokenized uranium, and if you're thinking like you can buy uranium and get it delivered to your house, probably yes, if you have the right license, but probably not many people have. So I'm keep waiting for my license. I doubt I will ever have it, but I did invest in uranium. It's a very interesting project, and I think it's a very good one on Etherlink. It was built literally in few months because it's fairly simple to build on Etherlink. I'm not saying that you can build tokenized real world assets. Or maybe you can. I don't know. It's up to you. The sky's the limit. So bear in mind that things like uranium can be tokenized and put on chain. World of Women is another very great project that I'm proudly part of. So it's a great community, extremely supportive, and I think if someone was at their event in Lisbon this year, would agree that this event was a masterpiece. So yes, a great community. And yeah, feel free to check also the collectibles on Rarible. So I think it's just like a little glimpse of the projects on Etherlink, and places where you can just spend a good time. And yes, that's pretty much also where you can seek any sort of help outside of hackathon if you want to stay tuned for the latest upgrades or see what's going on in Etherlink realm. These are the places where you can find the most important information, but also don't hesitate to reach out to us on Encode's Discord. We are there, maybe not 24/7, but we'll do our best to help you with pretty much everything that is needed to create a next masterpiece for builders and maybe for end users. And yeah, I really hope that we're gonna have a good time and there's gonna be some good outcomes from this hackathon. So that's it from me.
Thank you very much, Beata. We actually had a few questions. I'm not sure if you can see the chat now. It's quite busy, so I'll flag the ones I saw. So Abith asked earlier, is Chainlink supported?
Yes.
Amazing. Ree said, it's great there are so many mentors and we can share our experience with them, which was a piece of advice that you actually gave, that sharing your developer experience with the mentors is a great way to get in their good books. And remember, the Judges' Choice Prize is around, so make sure you get noticed and stand out. Ree also asked if they can ask the judges what they want us to build. So I think Ree is asking, is there projects that the judges and mentors would like to see built that they can share, or is it best for people to share their ideas and kind of brainstorm from there?
We don't want to suggest, we don't want to limit anybody. You know, it's a very difficult question always, because we can give you a set of expectations and maybe at some point they won't be relevant. And if it's your idea, your precious, let's say, glimpse of genius, we don't want, and it's out of the scope that we suggested, we don't want to limit you. So there's no set of things that we would like to have built. Like I said, the world is your oyster, the sky is the limit, just go wild.
Amazing. So a question that I can answer, that I also answered in chat, about team formation. If you're looking to form a team, that's amazing to see. We really want you to get some great connections out of the summer of code, which is why I love seeing everyone dropping their Twitters. But if you do want to form a team, if you drop a message in the discussion information kind of welcome forum kind of little channel that I shared a link with in the chat, make sure that you're in the Summer of Code channel specifically, and say, hey guys, looking to form a team, this is my background, what's yours? Hopefully you can meet some cool people there. Otherwise, please do get in contact with me if you are looking to form a team, and I can connect some people. So absolutely, you can form a team, and there is team formation going on. Simon asked, should we use all the tools from partners that are in the Hacker Pack? So I think what he's asking is, do you need to use all of the tools? Do you need to use any of the tools? What's your suggestion in that?
It's also very, very good question. Well, use the tools that you're comfortable with. I think there is no push from our end, oh, you should use XYZ because this and that. From our end, I think it's very important for you to feel comfortable. I would suggest participating in the workshops, getting familiar with the partners. They're great. I think it's every single partner is quite specific in some areas, and I think you can get some inspiration from their workshops as well. So there's no incentive from I don't know, using a specific partner. It's kind of, you know, free to choose anything you need.
What suits your project that you're building out.
Exactly.
Thank you, that's really helpful. Shariah has asked how we get into teams, which hopefully what I just said covered that, but if not, then put a message in Discord and I can reiterate. Bruna said it's really exciting that this is an open sea, and that's an amazing concept for a hackathon. So yeah, as I kind of said earlier, we're really excited to see what you guys choose to do for the Summer of Code. This is going to be an amazing 4 weeks of learning, building, no matter what level you're starting at. If you're an experienced dev, which I think I saw someone in chat earlier saying that they've been working on Tezos and Etherlink for years now, or if you're brand new, it's also a great opportunity. So I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys and finding out what your kind of choosing to build out and going along with you on that journey. And I hope to see you also in the workshops next week, maybe getting inspired by some of the tools that the partners are kind of introducing to you, and answering any further questions there. Otherwise, that is the end of the launch event. I think we've given you all the information you need to get started now. I hope you go away and read the hacker pack, because as I say, all the information that you need should be there. But if you have questions, also head on over to the Discord and ask them. If you're wondering it, I'm sure someone else is as well. So it's a great place to get started. As much as I love seeing everyone's interaction in the chat here, it's also great to head over to the Discord and post your links, because they'll be gone as soon as we end this call now, and we want them preserved in history. So especially if you're looking to form a team, that is the place to go straight after this call. But otherwise, any final words of wisdom, Beata, to kick off the summer of code?
Just enjoy every second. Like you said, it's an open sea. I hope that we'll all have good time, and yeah, let's build.
Amazing. Let's build. Okay, cool. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your days. I will see you next week in the partner workshops, and I will catch up with you very shortly to find out what it is you're going to build in the summer of code. So best of luck, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
See you soon, everyone.
Bye.